It. Pennywise isn't just a clown, he's an ancient predator that knows exactly how to break you. The moment you see that red balloon drifting down the street, you're finished. He doesn't just jump out and attack, he stalks you, learns what scares you most, and becomes that nightmare. If you hate disease, he turns into a rotting leper coughing in your face. If you fear spiders, he becomes a monstrous hybrid towering over you. Have trauma about a dead family member? He'll bring them back in the most grotesque way possible. And every time you flinch, every time you panic, he feeds on it and gets stronger. The Losers Club survives only because they face him together and push back against their fears. Even then, they don't beat him. They just make him retreat. Pennywise always comes back. So unless you've got 6 other kids ready to fight beside you and the nerve to stare your worst fear in the face, you're going to float too. The Conjuring. Some haunted houses just creak a little. This one wants you dead. When the Perrin family moves into their farmhouse, the witch Bathsheba makes herself known fast. At first, it's small things. Bruises, strange smells, clocks stopping at the same time every night. But before long, she's slamming doors, pulling kids from their beds, and leaving Carolyn possessed, ready to kill her own children. And here's the worst part. You can't escape by leaving. Bathsheba doesn't stick to the walls of that house. She latches onto you. Move across the country, check into a hotel, doesn't matter. She'll still be there, standing in the corner of the room while you're trying to sleep. The Perrins only survive because Ed and Lorraine Warren show up with decades of demon hunting experience. Without them, Bathsheba would have claimed the family in a heartbeat. For a normal person, there's no survival plan here. Once she marks you, you're hers. Sinister. Most cursed objects in horror are obvious. A creepy doll, a Ouija board, something you'd avoid on instinct. But in Sinister, it's just a box of film reels sitting in your attic. You find it, you watch it, and from that moment on, you're doomed. Each reel shows a family being killed, hanged, drowned, set on fire. It's horrifying, but worse than that, watching the footage invites Bughuul, the eater of children, into your home. Once he's there, he doesn't need to touch you. He gets into your kids' heads and slowly twists them until they murder you and film it for his collection. And if you think you can outsmart him by moving away, that's when the curse completes. He finishes the job once you've left, and there's no escaping it. Ethan Hawke's character pieces it together too late. By then, his daughter has already joined Bughuul's world. So yeah, if you stumble on some mystery tapes in your attic, don't press play. But if you did, you'd be starring in the next reel, Paranormal Activity. This one hits way too close to home. A couple sets up cameras in their house to prove they're haunted, and all they really do is document their doom. At first, it's small stuff. Doors creaking open, footsteps in the hall, shadows moving across the wall. Creepy, but manageable. Then things get violent. Something scratches Katie, whispers in her ear, and yanks her out of bed in the middle of the night. That's when they realize the truth. It's not the house. It's her. The demon is tied to Katie herself, which means no matter where she goes, it goes too. Move houses, visit friends, check into a hotel, the haunting follows. By the end, Micah is dead and Katie is fully possessed. And the scariest part? There's never a chance to fight back. You can't hit it, can't run from it, can't even see it. You're just living on borrowed time until the thing decides to drag you away screaming. If you're still watching, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. The Babadook. Some monsters you can kill. The Babadook isn't one of them. He's not a creature hiding in the closet. He's grief made real, feeding on your despair and twisting you from the inside. It starts with a pop-up book that appears out of nowhere. If it's in a word or it's in a look, you can't get rid of the Babadook. That's the curse. Once you know his name, you've basically invited him in. From then on, he's everywhere, to a shadow in the hallway, a voice whispering at night, a figure hovering over your bed. The worst part is how he breaks you down mentally. Amelia becomes paranoid, angry, violent, nearly killing her own son under his influence. The Babadook doesn't stop until you're either dead or completely hollowed out. Amelia survives only by containing him, keeping him locked in the basement like some monster pet. But that's not beating him. That's living with him forever. If the Babadook targeted you, you wouldn't be cured. You'd just be broken in a way that never goes away. The Invisible Man. You can't fight what you can't see. In The Invisible Man, Cecilia's abusive ex Adrian fakes his death and stalks her in a suit that makes him completely invisible. And this isn't some ghost story, this is technology. He's right there in the room with her and she can't prove it. What makes it terrifying is how calculated it is. Adrian doesn't rush in swinging. He ruins her life step by step, making her look insane, framing her for crimes, and isolating her from everyone she cares about. Every time she tries to fight back, it only makes her look crazier. Cecilia only survives because she gets her hands on the suit and turns his tricks back on him.
You have to hurry. Please. It's a...
But for the rest of us, we'd never get that far. You'd just be another victim gaslit into oblivion before he finally finished you off. Against someone you can't see, you're already lost. Hereditary. Some movies give you a sliver of hope, a door you might escape through if you're clever enough. Hereditary slams that door shut from frame one. This is a movie where survival isn't just unlikely, it's impossible. The Graham family is cursed before the story even begins. Annie's mother was part of a demonic cult, and the family is nothing more than pawns in a ritual that's been planned for years. When Charlie dies in one of the most shocking horror scenes ever, her head knocked clean off by a telephone pole. It isn't just random tragedy, it's the cult's plan in motion. From there, everything spirals. Annie loses her grip on reality. Peter is haunted by guilt, and supernatural forces twist every attempt to fight back into another step toward doom. The cult members stand smiling in the shadows, waiting for the finale, and by the time Peter throws himself out the window, the demon Paimon already has a body waiting. The reason you'd never survive here is simple. There's no path to survival. You aren't fighting Jason or Michael where, in theory, you could run. You're fighting destiny itself. You could be the smartest, strongest, most prepared person alive, and it wouldn't matter. The ending was written long before you were born. U.S. Facing a monster is terrifying. Facing yourself? That's unwinnable. In Us, the Wilson family is attacked by their doubles, the tethered. They're twisted, feral versions of the people above ground, forced to mimic your life in misery and darkness until the day they rise up. The horror here isn't just that they look like you, it's that they are you and they know exactly how you think. Try to hide, and your double knows your favorite hiding spot. Try to fight, and they know your every move. It's like playing chess against someone who's seen every game you've ever played. You can't surprise them, and even if you killed your own double, that doesn't solve the problem. Every single person has a tethered. Entire neighborhoods, whole cities are falling at the same time. Survival doesn't mean beating one enemy. It means surviving an entire uprising of millions of scissors-wielding versions of yourself. The Wilsons only scrape by because they fight brutally and get a little lucky, but most people wouldn't last through the first night, because how do you fight a version of yourself that's faster, more brutal, and has nothing to lose? Smile. Horror curses usually give you some hope of breaking them. Find the haunted object, burn it, solve the riddle. Smile doesn't give you anything. The curse spreads like a virus, and once you see it, you're already done. It starts with that awful, stretched grin. Someone you know, or maybe a complete stranger, looks at you with that expression that doesn't belong on a human face, then they kill themselves violently in front of you. And just like that, it's your turn. From then on, you hallucinate constantly. You see people smiling at you everywhere. In the street, in your house, in your dreams. You can't trust what's real. Friends think you're losing your mind. Family pulls away, and soon you're completely isolated. That's when the curse digs in, breaking you down until you finally give in and kill yourself in front of someone else, passing it on like a twisted relay race. There's no priest to call, no ritual to perform, no loophole to exploit. Once the curse marks you, your survival chance is zero. The only question is how long you can last before you crack. Barbarian. Barbarian takes something as simple as booking an Airbnb and turns it into a death sentence. You think the worst thing that could happen is a double booking. But when you find that hidden door in the basement, you've just signed your death warrant. The tunnels beneath the house are pitch black, endless, and claustrophobic. And inside them lives the mother. She's not a ghost or demon, but that doesn't make her any less terrifying. She's a massive, deformed woman, disturbingly strong and deeply twisted. She doesn't want to kill you outright. She wants to mother you. That means forcing bottles of foul milk down your throat, treating you like a baby, and smashing your head against the wall if you resist. Even if you got away for a moment, it wouldn't matter. The tunnels are a maze, and she knows every inch of them. You're stumbling blind while she stalks you with perfect confidence. Once you hear her lullaby echoing through the dark, you know you're finished. Terrifier. Art the clown is in a category of his own. Jason kills you and moves on. Freddy taunts you first. Michael stalks you in silence. Art? He plays. He's not just violent, he's sadistic. One of the most infamous scenes in Terrifier 2 shows him mutilating a victim in ways so graphic that even hardened horror fans had to look away. That's what makes Art unbeatable. He doesn't just kill, he stretches it out, turning your death into entertainment for himself. And there's no just shoot him solution. Art doesn't stay dead. You can stab him, shoot him, even blow him apart, and he'll come back laughing with that painted grin. He's unpredictable, unstoppable, and completely insane. If Art the Clown chooses you, you don't just die. You become part of his performance, and that performance always ends in blood. A quiet place. At first, surviving here sounds simple. Just stay quiet. But think about what that actually means. No sneezing, no coughing, no dropped plates, no squeaky floorboards, no arguments. One mistake, and you're dead. The monsters are blind, but their hearing is flawless. They're armored, incredibly fast, and once they hear you, there's no outrunning them. The Abbott family survives as long as they do because they've spent years training themselves. They've laid sand paths, they communicate in sign language, and they plan everything down to the smallest detail. And still, accidents happen. That toy rocket, one beep, and their youngest child is gone in seconds. Now picture yourself in that world. Could you really go years without a single mistake? No phones buzzing, no laughter, no sudden noises? You'd slip sooner or later, and when you do, the creatures will be on you before you even realize what happened. In a quiet place, survival isn't living. It's just waiting for the day you make the tiniest mistake, and that's the day you die. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.